everyone, welcome to Infinite Light. My name is Shawnee. I am still feeling this good mood that I was feeling yesterday. I feel lucky, I feel blessed that I can be in such a mood, because I know there are probably people out there who are just not feeling it today, and I pray light and love into your existence. If you tuned into this video, it is because you are looking for the magic inside of you. You've realized that there's a bit of magical happenings that you are awakening to, and so what does that mean? How do I explore it more? I just got these absolutely wonderful. Look at this. Look at this box. These are oracle cards. This is Fairy Wisdom oracle cards. My ring light is kind of shedding. Look at how beautiful the artwork on this. The artwork on this is from an artist named Amy Brown, and the verbiage on here is from, I believe it might be her sister, Nancy Brown. I have been a fan of Amy Brown since I graduated high school, and I graduated high school 24 years ago. So I have been on this girl's jock ever since then. I used to have a one of her little fairies on my Honda Civic. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Maybe one of you guys has a Cyndi Lauper type accent. And anyway, so I just got this deck in this morning. I was so ecstatic when I saw it. And because the artwork just speaks to me. If you know me, you know I have this thing for fairies, but especially Amy Brown's fairies. The card that came up today and why we're talking about magic is shaman. Okay, I understand that magic has a cliche that goes with it. I get that. But as you wake up to the world as it really is, as you unplug, you start hearing these stories about everyone having gifts, everyone having powers, if you will. And that's why I'm here. As I woke up, I realized that I have a clairaudience, right? Like I can hear things, like a clairvoyance, right? Like I know things, kind of like a psychic sort of power. I'm into books. I'm gathering a lot of books, sacred sort of knowledge books, and I use words to bring my mind goes straight to words inside of books, and it kind of gives me the answer to whatever question it is, whatever guidance it is that my higher spirits are bringing me to. And all of these are sort of magical powers. The card shaman that I pulled, and I didn't this so I pull cards before I start videos, right? So I pulled this card, and it spoke to a short video that I was going to upload earlier this week, but I recorded it and it was all here, there, and everywhere, so I didn't actually post it. But my goodness, praise the heavens, the universe works in magical ways. It knew that I needed to get out a message about divination. And so it brought me to this oracle deck, which brought me to pulling this card on shaman. And now here I am talking to you about spiritual teaching, spiritual growth, in utilizing and discovering your gifts. So I'm going to read this shaman card straight from the book. Shaman card's key word is teacher, and the number is 23, and we'll go to that here in a second out of a different book. It says to give yourself an apple today. It's a little fun. Spiritual world loves to be a little bit funny. It seems like because love is the energy, so is laughter. So the spiritual world always loves something a little quirky. Here's the chant that it comes with this, okay? I invert all fear and turn into faith. I trust the inner knowing and the outer guidance to work in harmony for my highest good. I become one with my journey and travel the road between the worlds. in complete trust, for I am the light of God. I now ask that the sacred knowledge that is mine to know be opened to me. In the name of the divine spirit, so be it. I ask that the sacred knowledge that is mine be known to me. I've said this in several other videos, okay? These gifts that every single person has came to you because that's what your soul uses as tools to navigate lifetimes, right? If you are drawn towards a certain type of divination, and we'll get more into that term in a second, then that's because those were tools that your soul used lifetimes and ages ago. And I've said this before, I love, crystals. Why do I love crystals so much? Why am I drawn to them? In a past life, I probably used them. They probably spoke to me. And these are things that I've only recently discovered. Why am I so drawn to tarot? Well, to be honest with you, tarot kind of saved my life in a way recently. Read my bio. And so it was a tool that my higher self said, boom, here you go. Welcome to this world. And now here I am in front of you using tarot and oracle cards. And it's because a past version of myself, that's what I used in potentially my daily life. And more on this card, the shaman indicates that you are being asked to take the next step in your spiritual development. Ask that you give a shaman guide. Ask that you are given a shaman guide to assist you in your journey. I mean, you're here right now, but resources are completely abundant in the world that we're in today. As long as you're using a trusted source, somebody that you feel called to, then it's always good to have a mentor in this. I've got a video on this very thing. This guide will help you become more aware of your inner teacher. Center yourself, release any fears, and move completely into faith. Tell the universe that you are now ready for the next step in the development of your gifts and understanding. Now, allow yourself to be guided. Trust in divine timing. The timing is now. You're seeing this video for a reason. Nothing is happenstance, right? Nothing is coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Understand that in every step that you take in your journey, you are divinely protected. As you wind your way between the visible and invisible world, shaman will help you to unlock the sacred knowledge that is there for you. If you drew this card, you have a potential to be a spiritual teacher and a guide to others. Prepare yourself by meditating, praying, and listening. I see comments all the time. They're like, well, I don't know what my purpose is. And sometimes your purpose isn't necessarily to leave your 9 to 5 and go into the wilderness and wear all linen clothing and don't shave your armpits and chant all day. Sometimes that isn't necessarily purpose. Sometimes your purpose is to grow into your spiritual self fully. And sometimes that's realizing and accepting the gifts that you came here with, right? So how are you supposed to find those gifts? There's a reason why there's a theme in all of these videos that you're watching, not just mine. It comes with quiet time. It comes with meditation, and it comes with prayer. You should be having an open dialogue and not be afraid to speak to and then listen to the energies around you, and always start with a sense of protection, right? So I've got protection on me right here. I've got protection in this space as I deliver. Before I deliver you messages, and here I am, I always ask that if there are any negative energies that come through, it does not stick on me, it does not stick in this house, it does not stick on my family, on my pets, or on the people watching it. It's returned to sender. So as you're asking your guides to guide you, the energies around you, to bring your gifts to light, you protect yourself first. Only give me what serves my highest good. Let no negativity stick on me, stay around me, right? It's about literally stopping to listen. If you are a talker, you're never going to understand what the gifts are. If you are overthinker, you're never going to understand what your gifts are. If you are constantly watching videos all the time, constantly watching TV all the time, constantly playing games on your phone or through a system or whatever, you're never going to hear it. If you're constantly around people who are loud, you're not going to hear it. You need to be in a quiet space, and it needs to be a practice of being quiet and being still and listening. You will be drawn to things subconsciously, unconsciously. Things will show up in your dreams. You will be drawn towards a bookstore. You'll be drawn towards a certain YouTube something. And these are the things that speak to you. Don't force it. I take it from me. I thought for sure I was going to be a Reiki healer. I was Reiki this, Reiki that. I went to the library. I got a Reiki book. I was watching Reiki. And I never took the step to go and become, I guess, certified, attuned. And the reason why I never did was because that wasn't for me. What is for you will just come to you. You can't force it. You can't tell the spirit world, this is what I'm going to do. The spirit world is going to say, no, this is what you're going to do. All right, so I pulled the 23 Shaman card, and so I was told I go to this book a lot, guys. I got it from Five Below. Don't judge. I go to Five Below, but I've gotten such great resources from it. This is the Angel Number book. It's by Mystic Michaela, all right? Hopefully I said that name right. 23 is philanthropy, okay? What can you do for others? This number calls upon you to ask yourself how you can contribute to society. Be what you want to receive and channel unconditional love as you do so. Think of an organization or person who could use your time. Make a plan to help. I was pulling tarot cards for myself, and then I started pulling tarot cards for friends, for family, and then I realized I was actually helping people see through the mess, and hear different ways, hear guidance. And then I was like, well, I'm blessed enough to have the time to start a channel. Why don't I start a channel? If you find your divination route and you have the time to share it, I'm not saying you have to go all out and do a TED Talk, although if that's what you're called to do, then do that. I'm not saying you have to start a YouTube channel, although if that's what you're called to do that. Sometimes it's sharing it with your inner circle and helping those around you grow and see magic firsthand so that they can find their own and realize how powerful that they are. I was also told to look at 25. So originally I got 23, but I mistakenly thought it said 25. I read 25 and then realized it was 23. So there's a reason for that. No mistakes. Major decision is 25. You already know what to do. Your soul is calling out for change, and you will have a choice as to how to go about that. Have confidence that in your heart you already know the answer. You can repeat this mantra if you need to. I will make the right decision at the right time. I will make the right decision at the right time. Okay, so that's going into the philanthropy, tongue-tied word. Is your decision to keep your gifts to yourself? Is your decision even to explore that you have, which gifts you have? Do you decide to keep those gifts to yourself? Do you decide to share it with a close circle that you trust? Do you decide to branch out and try to show it with the world, show it within your community? My nose is itching. And if my nose is itching, then that means that I'm vibrating a little high here and that we are listening. We're all pulling in a message that we need to be hearing. So what's your decision? What are you going to do? What are you going to do with the the time, your free time? Are you going to sit in front of the TV, or are you going to figure out what divination uh, gifts you have? I am in my 40s and I got this Teen Witch's Guide to Divination just because it was like kind of new to me, okay? So the household that I was raised in was liberal, and it was definitely non-denominational, but I was raised in a collective religious family, right? Like when you go to grandma's house, you know what time it is, like that sort of thing, right? Episcopalian, Baptist, Pentecostal, gospel music, worship team, like all of that, right? And even though there were spiritual things in my family that I saw happen, spirituality as a term wasn't necessarily something that I explored. So when I started awakening, I was like, what is this? What is everybody talking about divination, right? So I actually picked this book up, and divination is the study of foretelling the future events or the discovery of hidden knowledge using magical methods, right? In this book, there's like 9 different types of divination that they go into, a very cursory sort of example of how to use each of them. And then they give descriptions of like 17 different kinds of divination, like from astrology to numerology to clairvoyance to pomology, right, to dowsing rods to tarot, all of that. Like it's all what is calling you. I say this, and I've said this before, like if we were made in his light, if we were made to be like God, if God made us to be like him, I'm using him loosely, then why are we not powerful? Why would we not be powerful? Why would we not? It's just that things have happened in history that have led us astray, that has led us further and further away from who we truly are, and what we came to this planet for. I'm not pulling tarot. I was just now told not to pull tarot. I am going to be working exclusively Oracle for the rest of this reading, okay? So let's find out some more. What can you tell the collective, those folks that are watching this video? What can you tell them about shamanism, about using divination, about using the powers within and their gifts, about learning more about that, just in general? What can you tell us? We got caution. So why do we have caution as a 6? I think it's more like it's more like telling you, it's saying have no fear, okay, first and foremost. But it's kind of telling you, like, as you start discovering your gifts and as you start being maybe potentially more vocal about said gifts, there are gonna be people that just don't understand. You know, as much of a lot of this stuff is in the Christian Bible, in the I'm losing it, in the Judean Bible, in other Bibles of major religions, as much as there are practices that might seem magical to some, the idea of magic in itself, people think immediately of like witches and hocus pocus, right? And so they have this negative idea of what witchcraft actually is. They have this negative idea of what magic is, or this comical idea, right? Penn and Teller, or like, I don't know, David Blaine or something like that. They just think you're gonna Houdini yourself in a tub of water with a chain around you or something. They don't understand that divination has been around for a millennia, and things that people practiced, even that worshipped the Christian God, or that worship, other deities, gods out there. Devout followers of certain religions. People just have this negative sort of idea about what divination is, just because they haven't looked between the lines and haven't actually practiced it for themselves. A lot of people are afraid of what they don't know. And these are your guides telling you twofold. Don't be afraid. And if somebody is afraid of what it is that you're practicing, give them the grace that, just understand that they're just not open. Don't force it into anybody's environment. Let's get another card. Change. We got the change card. So understand that this is your calling to find who you truly are, to blossom into your gifts, to let them shine is what I'm hearing. To let them shine. It is time. Sometimes, and I told you earlier in this video, I used tarot to help me out of a slump in my life. It kind of saved me. It took me out of my head. It took me out of the low vibration. And if you find something that really truly speaks to you, that might help you as well, right? It's not necessarily just a tool for others. It can be obviously a tool for yourself. It says the ripple effect, a part of something bigger. Details are taken care of. It said earlier on the shaman card, it said, if you decide to make the call to be shown your powers, your gifts, those practices are going to be protected. So you don't have to worry about those details, but it is up to you to do the work to study it. It's not to study it to perfection, but it's going to be up to you to study it, to use it correctly, and to use it for your greater and highest good. Part of something bigger means, I said it earlier, if we were made in his image, how are we not powerful? Energies are all connected. We have an inner knowing of the entire history of human existence and beyond this planet. It's up to us to unlock that knowing, right? And that's what divination actually, that's a part of the definition of the word. Another card that we got is King Tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. Receiving the fullness of life is literally you stepping into who you are. And a part of that is your gifts. The fullness of life. If you only come to, right, they say, what do they say? We only use like 10% of our brain. Do you remember that movie Powder? It came out in the, I don't know, maybe the 90s. And it was an example of a boy who used like 100% of his brain. And he had these, like, he could move like electricity, right? So that's like an extreme example. But what would your fullness look like if you realized how truly powerful you were? What would that look like? What would you be able to do for yourself and others? You don't want to concentrate on the negative. I say this all the time. Ask them to show you how good it could get. How fantastic would it be if you were able to get yourself out of a slump, or if you were able to raise other people's vibration? How fantastic would it be? And it doesn't just have to be crystals and cards. It can be herbs and natural medicines. It can be tonics and tinctures. It can be prayer. My grandmother was a prayer warrior, and she used to speak prophetic words into people and give them hope. Good times are coming, and they would feel it through her healing prayers and tinctures and stuff. I said that I didn't really come from like a spiritual background, but what I'm noticing that my great grandmother did was truly spiritual work. But they labeled her as a prayer warrior, right? That's the vernacular of my culture. She was a prayer warrior in her community. It says, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. You are more powerful than you believe you are. It's not at the surface. I don't know who they are. The reptilians? I don't know who they are. The devil? I don't know who they are. Toxic people in your life, but they have you believing that you are just this superficial being, what you are presenting right now, but you are so much more. I was told to get 2 off the top. We've received this card before. Compassion. Release judgment about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Maybe you can use whatever divination it is that speaks to you, that calls to you, to help you, like I said before, heal, but to help other people, like I said before, find the light that's within them. Find the gifts that's within them. There's a reason why there's a theme. There's always a reason why there's a theme. I'm pulling at this point 4 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different decks, 4 different kinds of cards. All right. Receptivity. Look at that. That's beautiful. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. I'm done. Literally, allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. I make it up not. I'm not here to make it up. I am here to read. That's what I'm here for. I got these new cards. This is clarifying life situations, love and career reading oracle cards. This is kind of, well, that didn't help, did it? This is what it looks like, and then I cover it with my arm. I've already pre-shuffled all of these cards, but some of them are pretty sticky because they're new, so I'm just going to try to shuffle them a little bit more. So if it looks like you can't see what I'm doing. I got to figure out this camera angle, guys. I got to figure out this camera angle. Sky of clarity. Soar into the boundless skies of clarity, where insights are as infinite as the what is azure expanses. Comment down below what the word AZURE means, because my laptop is covered with tarot cards and my phone is being used to record this video, and I don't have a dictionary on hand, not presently. Sky of clarity. Soar into the boundless sky of clarity, where insights are as infinite as the expansive sky. That's what I'm going to say, right? Like, I mean, like, there's only, I guess, what did I say, 17 different types of divination that are identified in that one little book. But like, imagine if there was like something that you brought to the table that, you know, that people hadn't seen before or haven't seen in a millennia, haven't seen this lifetime. It's expansive. There are so many things that we don't know about because we're just here. We're just little bitty humans on this little bitty earth. But there's so many different things that you could explore and become and grow into. Seek clarity, embrace openness and insight, allowing life's truths to reveal themselves. Guys, it's all saying the same thing. You are being asked now to pause and receive and step into the power that you were meant to have at birth, that you have had throughout the births of your soul's experience. And you are supposed to actually experience it now in this 3D, 4D, 5D world as you transition to 5D. Leave it here, they say. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. We're almost at 30 minutes anyways. It was 29, 22 on the clock. 22 resonates with me as I delivered what I was supposed to deliver. Thank you for coming here today. Like, subscribe. It costs you nothing. It is completely free. It costs you those seconds. And if you want to hear what I have to say in the future, turn on the notifications. Comment down below how this resonated with you. If you want to just put an emoji down there, just make sure that it's family friendly. But interaction is how we get to the next level. All right? Okay, guys, thank you so much. Bye.